That's true. That's true. All right, Kuro, mind control. Looks like they're, I mean, mind control CS is extremely good in this lane versus Shad. He's actually doubled up essentially in terms of just the last hits.
Yeah, I feel like Leshrak's pretty uncontested this lane. People think Ursa's a good laner because back in his like old Ursa days, he'd be really strong. But this hero applies no pressure, especially to a range show.
Dire's structures.
And Miracle in the meantime has the level advantage to start this game as the LSA will connect where Armis is here, gets the cookie off, and the minus armor coming through, but it's not going to matter. Miracle just decimates Boom. And that is a huge kill for Team Nigma. The LSA is not going to connect here, but the right-click damage will be, I mean, yeah, we got the aphotic shield anyway. The Celery making a nice rotation over, but that means Shad is all alone in this top lane, so he has to be extremely careful.
Nigma's planned to block the small camp. I mean, they both did it, but Nigma, they've unblocked their own and kept the enemy one. No, they both unblocked it. Never mind. These teams are just on top of it. But I feel like this lane's very hard for Storm now. Lina basically can solo zone him from the lane. He always has threat with that Laguna.
Yeah, it's a 2-level advantage right now. I'd say level 5 here.
We saw there, like, even for these ganks, when GA, she's going to pick up another TP skill soon. He has on his Kerr. He can always TP mid. Just give Miracle that little boost of mana and move speed, and they'll be able to kill Storm. It's a very high threat combo. And this is how Nigma need to play this game to win. They need to get kills, they need to snowball the lanes.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. Cookie here. Boom. Maybe a little bit of a mistake here. Continuing to aggro as he just gets destroyed. I mean, this game, you talked about how, bottom lane, Kazu, like pressure on ILTW in the meantime. That's a lot of damage with that static link. Can GH actually keep him alive is the question. The Fog of War comes into play. Let's get the Plasma Field up. So now GH in a little bit of trouble, but they will live.
They have that Tether Hedges region. Maybe they'll go farm some neutrals for a bit.
We talked about how Team Nigma would have to get off to a good laning start. Is this good enough? This is pretty freaking good overall.
Miracle is really hard.
Cookie again. Lots of damage with the ILTW. That means Viking gets themselves their first kill of the game finally in the spot lane.
And I feel like that was their lane that was supposed to default win. Like you need the Gyrocopter Isle to win their lane. Especially versus 2 range heroes. This should be free.
And Miracle has just created so much space for himself now. Still no level 6 quite yet on Storm.
I feel like Gyro should TP mid here. Refill Lina's bottle. They should take this tower.
Dire's
he goes for the
tower
TP bot, but I feel like Sumea would do that. Together.
Even at level 4?
Yeah,
you just hit 5 now.
do it. Like you're not pressuring. I was gonna get full EXP bottom. You don't need this. Like if you can create some pressure, make sure your Lina has a good start to move off the lane. It would have been really cool to see.
Right. But yeah, back to my question. Is this a good enough start for Nigma, you think?
Not if Gyro's dying like that. But I mean, they can still win because like there's like when I talk about the draft like that, like in my head, it's with everyone playing even, right? So you always have the opportunity to outplay your opponent, and Nigma have shown they're more than capable of doing that. I mean, they played very well at the major.
Yep, for sure.
Ooh, I like this ward too on the high ground cliff in their own jungle on Nigma side. It lets you flak when you flak off the small camp. You can hit the medium camp as well. Just a little bit of extra efficiency.
Min-max.
It lets you stack as the IO too. So it's just very nice to have that ward. You can actually drag the hard camp over and hit all through a flak.
Yeah, Boom, of course, now level 6. Has the Arcane Rune in tow. So see if he tries to use this to try to gank somebody. Of course, it's going to be pretty difficult to kill Miracle without some help. As we can see, the lane creep gold discrepancy between the 2 mids right now. That's pretty gigantic in favor of Mr. Miracle. LFA into the Laguna Blade. That's a freebie onto Armis for Miracle. Just wrong place, wrong time.
I didn't see that. He just walked up the hill, huh? The same as Celery last game, except Celery had Abaddon out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's the big difference, right? I mean, once Celery hits 6, we'll see if he can create as much space as he did last game, but obviously Nigma 2k advantage. It was basically flip-flop last game. I feel like Viking had a 2k advantage at this state, so.
And Miracle keeps farming this all the way to US up there. I think Nigma has every possibility to like outplay their opponent and snowball still. The panel talked a bit about how this Phoenix egg is unprotected, but it is actually pretty hard to hit the egg. Like if you're trying to hit a snapper, you're just gonna die to flags.
The rage come off here with the gank from Boom onto mind control. Split Earth was being faked, but in the end, Viking able to take off mind control.
Oh, that's a clutch kill. Viking, they've been very good at identifying that they have some weakness on the map, right? Like top lane's getting pressured, mid lane's getting pressured. They don't just sit in both lanes. They consolidate the resources. They bring Storm top. All of a sudden, you have top pressure instead of being pressured in 2 lanes. Just a very nice theoretical move.
You can see Celery now. Getting rid of a sentry there and blocking the Ancients as well. And all right, on top of his
Is under
face.
attack.
You just have too many
Radiant's
cookies.
middle tower is under
Curtis, I
attack.
don't think so. You're not fat enough for that.
Oh, you just wait a bit. To be honest, I gotta
Dire's
commend
top
Boom here.
tower is under
He had
attack.
such a hard lane. You know, sometimes you get outplayed in lane. It happens. Sometimes you get ganked, something goes wrong. In most of my pubs, they run down mid. Boom. He's killed top, he's killed
Radiant
mid. He's
structures
made so much
are
space for his team,
fortified.
even though he's from a weakened position. Just absolute stellar play.
It's amazing what you can do when you don't give up right away, right? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
It's crazy.
Man.
Like, the thing is, everyone in your bracket, they're equally as bad as you at Dota. So you should believe in how bad you are and
Yeah.
realize that they'll make mistakes.
That's true. It's kind of hard to convince your teammates sometimes, I will say.
Yeah, because everyone who plays Dota, they should know how bad they are. Just
Yeah.
remember, everyone's as bad as you.
That's right. That's the first step of the grieving process, basically, right? It's denial that you're... I mean, playing Dota is a long stage grieving process.
Oh, there's so much pain in untold horrors.
Dire are
Indeed.
scanning.
Oh,
All right, they have the IL-6 now.
yeah. But good news for Viking. I didn't see this earlier, but the fairy trinket is on Boom. That is
that's good.
considered the S tier of the neutral
You said
ones.
that, and I instantly clicked on
Dire
Ursa to see if he got
structures
that
are fortified.
possessed mask. He
Did
doesn't
he?
have it quite yet.
Oh.
He opted for the ocean heart.
Radiant's
Yep.
bottom
Did he actually
tower
have
is
possessed
under
mask?
attack.
I don't know how to
No,
check
they
on
didn't
the
actually
computer.
drop his celery. Taking some damage. Looks like he will fall as you baited our observer into missing that kill.
Thank
But
you.
we knew it was coming though. But no, he has the morbid mask. The
Radiant's
possessed
bottom
mask did
tower
not
is under
drop, so they
attack.
didn't get the double whammy.
It's a
sadly,
skill
for
issue,
Viking.
usually.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, mind control.
Reload home.
All right, we have the cookie. Shad did some damage, but he sees the relocate, like you said, and now ILTW with that homing missile and the flak cannon. Just want to get this tier 1 tower. Question is, can Viking defend? Do they want to defend? Looks like GH and company can get the initiation. Now, boom. Knew this was coming. Be able to take out GH right away. No, he's to spend a little bit more mana just to finish him off. Now, ILTW getting chased with that static link. Mind control is made his way here, but it's too late. Double kill already for Boom. And now mind control can he get the return kill? Get the electric vortex. Finally, they will find Boom in the end. And now Kezu in a lot of trouble. See the Mortimer's kisses trying to help him out, but in the end, they will find that
Radiant's
second kill for
bottom
Team
tower
Nigma. They
is under
lose
attack.
ILTW and GH, but they get 2 cores in return.
Really good response by Nigma there. They TP in, they punish it. You know, Miracle is a beast this game. He's so high net worth. He's been involved in, well, 4 of their 7 kills, but it's looking good. The one thing going there for Viking, though, is that they removed the pressure on this top tower. During that time, Shad was able to cut up Wagon and push the lane all the way out.
Yeah, very true. And now Shad is sporting that mark.
Radiant
When do you
are
like
scanning.
the Ursas to go for Roche? Is my question to you. Is there a timing that you're like
As soon as you can.
level 8 with Morbid Mass? That
Ah, just-
seems like the standard almost.
When you think, as soon as you think you can kill it, and it's uncontested, then you should try to kill it.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but it's hard to generalize that, right?
Right. As we see here, just a little replay overall. The dive was successful.
You're not casting it?
I've learned my lesson. Just take it nice and slow.
Radiant's
Mr.
bottom
AUI
tower is
2000.
under attack.
Yeah, this was a good turnaround for Nigma. But then again, it did cost their position 1 their life.
Dire's middle tower
See
has
GH
fallen.
very calm, cool, collected, and beautiful.
Radiant's
But
bottom
angry there,
tower
actually.
is under
That's not
attack.
GH is not capable of anger. As Blue Earth actually will connect onto Kezu, who's getting sunrayed as well. A Phonic Shield gonna keep him alive a little bit longer, but not long enough. And now Celery might get dove. Still has the borrowed time to work with though, so Team Nigma not wanting to go any further.
And during that recap, I think Lina managed to, like throughout this game, Lina's managed to 1v1 the mid tower wall, hit it down, and Michael just sort of walked up and edicted it, and let them sort of
Dire's
pierce the enemy
structures
triangle and
are
get that kill.
fortified.
And he's trying to do the same thing in the bot lane as well. We're gonna see some TPs though from Viking. But Boom and Armis. Yeah, I don't know if they can defend this. The dive actually comes in. They're gonna spot out Armis, gets the cookie. LSA's gonna connect. Boom actually jumps in, gets the electric vortex, but he's gonna have to leave the old Hag and her Mortimer mount to die.
Radiant's top tower is under
Nigma,
attack.
they're very good at hiding, you know? They're not showing on the map there, so
Yeah.
normally you think, oh, there's 5 heroes in a triangle, they're all bottom. Ursa should do Roshan, because that's my first thought. But I had to remind myself that I'm stupid and I can see everything. So they can't do that.
How dare they not see
How dare
everything?
they not see everything in the map?
Celery, Yules. We have the LSA and Split Earth combination available, but
Dire's top
so he's gonna
tower
pop that
is
borrowed
under
time, and yeah, with 1 stun, this will ensure the kill into Celery.
That was really funny to watch. That just didn't know whether he was stunning, Lita didn't know whether she was stunning. They just...
We have the
They
same
got the
spell,
kill,
basically.
but-
Yeah, well,
You don't usually see a Leshek and Lina on the same team, right? They're sort of similar
Dire's top tower is under
ideologically
attack.
heroes.
Yeah, they don't have any like
Radiant's
true
bottom
setup
tower
per se,
is
but
under
now with the
attack.
Yules they
Top
kind of
tower
do.
has fallen.
If you can just push forward on the map, though, I think it's good enough. You don't necessarily... Like, Nigma, they play a lot of low-stun lineups.
Yeah.
Very good at map control.
You can see the relocate. ILTW and GH want to defend this. The latest tier 1 tower from falling. Flag cannon and whatnot. They got this second
Dire's
wave.
top tower
Gonna
is
spot out
under
Armis. The cookie's there, though. Can they kill GH? No. Relocate just in time. Back to the top lane with nobody with him. He's lonely now. I mean, this could be a potential good opportunity. Yeah, no TP as well.
I wanted to click him and saw he had no TP. I do like doing this as Io, though. I feel like carry sort of leaping there. It's like a farm.
Oh, we have Alice Angel. Laguna Blade is actually enough damage to take out Armis. Now, Miracle takes some heavy damage, but looks like Boom is just going to get out of dodge. Has the homing missile coming. Looks like he'll be fine, but Viking definitely could not get the trade here. You can find the Yules, though. Very nice aquatic shield from Seller will keep him alive. Oh, but the LSA connects. That's not the LSA, that's a splitter. They're the same spell, essentially. Yeah. So they do find the offlane Kazoo.
If you hit 4 stuns in a row like that,
Dire's
you don't really
bottom
need
tower
setup.
is under
Yeah,
attack.
he is hitting a lot of stuns
I
without
think
any
Nigma,
setup.
like when they're talking about this draft, Kuro just said to his players, just don't miss your stuns.
Yeah.
It's very good strategy.
I mean, if you don't hit your stun on Lesh or Lina, then you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, there's now Shad. I believe the defusal, yeah, it is now online. 11 now, level 11.
Enigma, they've really managed to push forward on the map. Like they have a 5k advantage basically out of nothing. I mean, they took mid tower and they just hunted down the Viking heroes.
And now they're looking at Roche.
I didn't understand how good this was. Like, if Miracle just farms apparently, then the Jao and Miracle get super farm, it's hard for Viking to make moves. I didn't really understand the draft. Obviously, these guys very high understanding.
Are scanning.
It's just lucky, probably.
Like OG's TI win.
Yeah, both of them.
Europe in general.
All right, Shad. Oh, Mortimer's kisses is actually coming in. ILTW gets Aegis and Nigma get the Roche as well. The Aegis is getting expended right away. They're able to kill Miracle right off the bat. Now Mind Control looks to be next on the list. And they're going to turn this around pretty nicely. ILTW all alone inside that Roche pit. But here it comes. Oh, the save was so good. So it'll probably be 4 kills. They do give up Roche and the Aegis, but again, we get rid of it right away. It's dead.
I understood the lineup perfectly. This is what I expected. Like, they're snowballing the map so well, but if you put them in a straight fight, right?
Right.
They just... I didn't realize the fight was going to go so bad. I don't think they did either, of course, or they would have done it, but it's very hard for them to fight if the Ursa manages to get on the Lina. Because you don't have a proper frontliner versus Ursa and Razor. Like, Razor goes on your gyrocopter, he can't really stand and fight. Ursa kills anyone he wants. But we'll see. Like, Nigma, this game, they've done a really good job pushing creep waves and creating chaos so they can pick off heroes. Just like random skill shots.
Yeah, that's true. And I think one silver lining of that play, although it's obviously they wouldn't have done that, but what was going to happen is ILTW getting jumped down. The play being shown. GH doesn't have his ultimate to work with. That means ILTW is donezo. What I was saying before that fight broke out, Curtis, is at the very least you denied Ursa his
Dire's bottom
agents.
tower
That is true.
under
I
attack.
mean, that's kind of a big... I mean, feels like when you pick Ursa, it's almost a necessity to
Yeah,
get
same
Roche.
for TA, right? Some of these heroes are
Right.
balanced around the fact that they do have higher Roshan potential. I gotta say, LTW is going for a 4-staff. If someone did this in my pub,
What?
it's forbidden.
Is he going
Negative
Hurricane
54.
fight?
Yeah, he is. It seems very low damage. I'm not
Wow.
too sure what his idea is. Maybe because of the lineup, they're just like, we just need to be able to kite the Ursa. Help Miracle out. I can actually see the logic and it makes sense. In a pub, it would never work. You don't help your teammates in pubs. You play
Yeah,
for
of
yourself.
course not, yeah.
But, you know, you're... I mean, they won TI at some point, so
That's true, that's
they're
true.
pretty high caliber players.
Yeah, that is really... I mean, he has Aghanim Scepter, so this will help him farm and do damage, but usually you go for like a Maelstrom or some sort of... Even a Satan, like literally anything that gives you some
Yeah.
damage at least.
Because I think his job this game, he's realized, is that Leshek does a lot of damage, Phoenix does a lot of damage, Lina does a lot of damage.
Oh, LSA from the high ground into Laguna Blade, but boom. Able to get off the electric vortex and the zip away, but mind control in the meantime. Oh, he's gonna have some backup. Celery does at least. They're gonna turn this around to mind control in the end. So again, Celery creating all this space and ends up netting themselves a kill.
Didn't that feel really disjointed to you? Like, they have relocate. If you use Storm and they relocate, the Storm is dead. I guess he overestimated his damage a little bit, or like the
is
comms
under
were a bit
attack.
off, but that's a little bit unfortunate.
And at the very least, ILTW will be able to take out this stack here. I mean, he's In terms of farm, Miracle's still top net worth on his team. Problem is that Ursa, even without that Roche, is farming out of control. And this is an Ursa, I mean, we've been seeing this lately, as of the last like month and a half, the diffusable. It's not a farming build at all. And the fact that he's top net worth, I think, is a pretty good sign, even though they're down by 3k right now.
I think he's just, Viking have done a phenomenal job of just protecting their jungle. We saw Jaro come in there after the last fight, he walks in, he just dies. We see MC, he tries to push forward too much, he just instantly dies. You get kills, you get gold. They're ready here to get, you know, they have these wards set up. They just want to fight in their space.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're close to BKBs on Viking though. I feel like this maybe might not be the timing to fight. Both Razor and Ursa are BKB ready 200 gold. As soon as they get that, I think it's gold time though.
More stacks for ILTW. And yeah, we'll see how this Hurricane Pike works out. I mean, it's a way to get out of range of static link. It's a way to obviously kite the Ursa, but obviously Storm is not really affected too much by it.
Yeah, in my head, like, even if you build the 4-staff for a team item, there's no way you buy Pike. But I'm excited to see how it works out, because like, when someone has a different idea than you, like, you can't say whether you're right or wrong, right? Like, you need to sort of see like why they made such a conclusion.
Right. As we have a smoke now on Viking onto 3. Oh, they're looking for Miracle. He's going to get jumped right off the bat with Shad coming in. That is a very quick and swift kill onto Miracle. 50 seconds on the deck. Now the jump in onto Kuroki is level 11, has the egg. Glimmer kicks to safety for now, but Shad wants to get pretty deep. GH ends up connecting. Now the dive to safety. Boom is going really deep, now applying all the pressure to GH. Mortimer's Kissers from afar. Able to take out GH in turn, so 2 kills in favor of Viking.
Dire's bottom tower
And the tier 1 tower.
Has fallen.
Enigma, it's so hard to fight. If you're losing any one hero, it makes it harder to take these heroes out. They really do have to outplay these fights. Like, they need an egg, and then, you know, you have to look the lead and left track stun, so make some AoE. But it's looking a little rough.
And we see the BKBs have been picked up on Viking now, like you were talking about. Mind control getting chased. Boom, doesn't have vision, and very little mana now, but does find mind control in the end. Plasma field didn't connect, but Kezu and company, this should be enough of mind control. Does do a lot of damage in the meantime. But again, Viking getting the trade after trade that they're looking for. Although that's a trade for nothing, so I guess that's more than stealing a life. Yeah, LSA. Oh, little missed time there for Miracle. He's hit pretty much all of them all game. But, okay, that's the trade technically across the map.
Yes.
But it's for Celery again, who is just continuing to create space.
He does not care about his life on Abaddon. He just wants to see as much for his heroes so they can get their own timings. As soon as Ursa gets this blink dagger, it's going to become so hard to fight on Nigma's side. He's just going to blink on Miracle or blink on left track, any core really, and yeah. You have to run from it. You can't fight into these BKBs. You have no damage. You have Leshak and Lina. We'll see. And that bottom kill on MC. Storm had like 500 mana, but he had an arcane rune, so he basically had like 2,000 mana.
Yeah, that's
pretty silly.
And Miracle's gonna be spotted out here, but Shad is just gonna continue to go ham on these creeps. He's going for a blink dagger, so very aggressive build. And obviously the second Roche is going to be a pretty big deal, as we've seen throughout this patch. Is that something you think will be changed in any way?
I think it definitely needs a nerf. I think I
was
talking to Cinder and he said they should just remove cheese.
That was from me, thank you.
From you?
Well, I told
I don't
Cinder
like this idea that much anymore. I thought it was really good, but some new information has come to light. No, I think it's a decent idea.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I think Shard is just cool, right?
It is,
and
it is. I don't want
like,
them to Shard.
Oh, Shad's gonna break a smoke here. ILTW gets the homing missile off. A TP coming in from Celery.
Oh!
Has to be careful here, Miracle. They don't really have any like really quick jump on the side of Nigma. Like no stuns or anything like that. Like you can dive in, but
yeah, they don't have any instant stuns or initiation. It makes if you play, that's why they had the snowball, right? Like if you don't have anything to instantly kill someone and outplay them, then how do you play from behind? You can't surprise them.
I'm just so used to seeing like blink hex from Lion. Oh, they're gonna spot Miracle. They're gonna jump right in, and again, Shad's right clicks are way too much to deal with. Boom, continue on. They really want GH. He's already at half HP, but not a whole lot of mana left on Boom. He has the homing missile applied. Just enough mana to get that last right click off. You had your warning. In the meantime, Kezu on the other side of the map here pops his BKB. Looks like he'll live. Gonna prevent any TP here from Mind Control. Shad finds him in the trees. Not gonna connect. And the right clicks have come. 3 dead. Viking looking so good after a bit of a rough start this game.
And they're just playing their lineup to the utmost potential. You know, you see a hero, you burst them, and you sort of like, you look a bit, you know, you're patient.
That was almost an instant Roche, I do believe. It is up now.
They could get it now.
How dare they not know?
Yeah,
How
why
dare
do
they
they
not
not
have the same
full
info
vision?
as us?
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So Hurricane Pike was officially finished on LTW. Now he's going for the Maelstrom. So again, very late on that. We'll see how this works out.
I mean, he's
Interested
kept
to
them
see.
in farm just because he's Gyro Idol.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he went to title, maybe he has a bit more. I don't know how it works with Gyro Idol. I don't play that combo at all because no one I play with can play IO.
Why don't you play the Eye?
Well, because I only play unranked, so I have to play core, otherwise we lose.
Of course, yeah.
I'm not high enough skill for ranked. I have great fear of
Yeah.
being...
It's understandable.
Things get said in ranked, so I don't like it.
That's true. Yeah, ranked is not fun sometimes. But looking at, as we have a smoke here from Viking, but looks like Aramis is actually working towards an Aghanim Scepter. So,
This smoke is just to secure the area.
yep, and looks like it's going to be a freebie.
There's three, it's a shard on Ursa most likely.
Oh yeah, Ursa's shard is god tier. Top 5 in the game.
You think so?
Yes, 100%. Urshock gives you an enrage for a second and a half every time you use Urshock.
Is mine.
Basically unkillable. Aegis will go to Boom, the best Aegis carry in the game, so Shad will take the shard and the cheese.
If they do remove cheese though, I'd like you to be able to like trade the Aegis for a cheese or something. Because there's some lines that just can't use Aegis.
What do you mean
know what I mean?
trade it?
I don't know, in the shop. You just click, turn into cheese.
This is getting
like-
too complicated.
Okay, I forget it. Ignore me, mute me. Thank you.
Just delete cheese, please.
Okay.
I mean, shard is more valuable than cheese in almost every... Like, it's very situational where cheese would be better, I think, right?
It's like for these like Lycan DP TV heroes, like the transformation ones.
Uh-huh.
Like those ones, like the Aegis is like but cheese is amazing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I understand what you mean. I'm sure they can come up with something unique. Maybe a completely new item. Just get rid of
they should
cheese,
just put,
get
like,
rid of
8
everything.
new items in right before TI quals. That's what I want to see. I don't
Yeah.
play anymore, so I just want to see the destruction and panic. That's what you live for.
Yeah, Panic. Sure, Arkosh Gaming, just in general, they love that as well. So I'm looking forward to casting them potentially in the TI qualifiers. Of course, that's no relation to you whatsoever,
Yeah,
but
I don't think they're going to win a single
yeah, I doubt it. I know Jenkins really supports them for some reason. Not really sure why. Probably no relation as well, but
game.
very interesting team to say the least.
They do have the Storm Aegis. I'm curious to see how they want to use this. Miracle's doing a really good job just split pushing and applying pressure. Right now, if you look at Nigma's plan, like it's hard to find this Aegis because you know it's a Storm Aegis, they have cheese. So they want to sort of play side lanes. They can't get caught here though.
With the Aegis, they secure themselves a tier 2 in the bottom lane, and Miracle, like you said, still split pushing. TP support coming though, and ILTW and GH are in the vicinity, but Boom initiates onto Miracle, starting out already at half HP, but they take out GH. That is all the tanking is for ILTW outside. Miracle pushes to the internal. Pressure to Boom, that is the Aegis. He expended the Laguna Blade, but Miracle gets bursted down by Shad. That's a double kill for him. Boom looking for more, but already Mind Control able to TP out, and it looks like Hiroki should be fine as well.
Yeah, Hurricane Pike didn't really work out there. I think the idea with the force stuff is it could be cool, especially if you're ahead. Like he's itemizing based on the 5k ahead, right? Like I can see it working. You itemize a bit defensively, you can't die. But like once you're behind and you don't build damage items, like there's no comeback potential. You just don't do enough damage to heroes that have more network than you.
Yeah, that's true. Now, Aegis is down at the very least, as they're not fighting to jump in onto Mind Control. You can see the egg, that's the shard, able to heal, but it's not going to be enough to save the life of Mind Control at the very least, but the egg does connect on a couple of heroes. Stellar able to at least pop his ult in the meantime.
Radiant's middle tower.
And now they'll turn this around into a tier 2 mid. Fortification is still up. As we saw the backdoor protection kick in just temporarily.
Yeah, B can be up on Ursa again. So already it's hard to play the map for Nigma.
And they're pretty close to Aghanim Scepter on Aramis. He's about 1,000 away.
They're both really far.
Yeah, they are. So that'll give him the spit out, the gobble up, as we're going to see the initiation again onto ILTW with no IO in sight. But there we go. GH comes in with the save.
Oh, they popped the
See if
cheese
they
on
come.
Storm, so he's ready.
Okay. And he's ready to go then. Miracle in the vicinity. You can see Shad jumping. They're just going to blow him up right off the bat. Oh, no. And now the turnaround onto Kuroki. And this is probably a Shad just does way too much damage. And that might be it. They don't have any creeps yet, though. This will be a bit of a slow push to start things out, but finally and Viking looking unstoppable.
It was overall really well played with Viking. I don't think they panicked for a single second when they were down 5k. They knew they could just wait for their timing, and every time I felt like they could do something, even when I didn't see it with full vision, they were just, you know, that storm rotation, the top perfect, top river is really good. They're clawing their way back into this, so it's looking good for them.
Yeah, they got that mid-racks. I mean, still 15 seconds left on Miracle coming back for the full force of Team Nigma, but it'll cost them 2 racks.
The support's
game will
actually
continue.
really good at killing buildings. You have the minus armor from Aramis
And Abaddon's Curse of Avernus.
Curse of Avernus.
Yeah, that's one of the... Like, Abaddon was always such a boring hero, but when they changed the curse to be like this is like the best variation, I think, of Abaddon ever. Just giving him some, like, a lot of push potential.
You're not a fan of the one-star heroes like the old Skeleton King?
I mean, I am to some degree, you know? Like, Lifestealer now is kind of a... I mean, it's close.
Yeah.
He has 2 passives.
I agree, though. I think it's a good spell.
To the
I will say, like, people that play in my pubs, they always go for the 4th hit like it's a Jingu stack. Like, they'll tank tower to hit you 4 times.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything unless you hit them more. It's very strange.
I only get a silence.
Yeah, I mean, I get silence in my tower.
Yeah.
Hit them back.
Uh-oh, ILTW. They're going to jump on the Miracle again. The boom pops to BKB. Miracle does so in turn as well. But ILTW is the one now that they're focusing on. But there is a relocation. Just a little baby one on the other side of the cliff here. There's the egg as well with the stun ray coming through. Viking has to be careful. They might have to back up here. Shad with the BKB. Overpowers out to safety. And that means Seller is going to be the lone member to fall. But again, kind of a botched initiation from Viking, if you want to call it that. It's only going to cost him Seller.
Very fast fingers from Miracle. I'm a complete idiot. The Hurricane Pike is because he's playing against Razor. Completely forgot about that. Just need a Hurricane Pike to break the link. So that's
I literally said this, Curtis.
You did?
You need to listen
But
to
I don't
your
listen to
podcast.
you.
I know. It's Cinderen's the same way, so you guys are cut from the same cloth, it seems.
I mean, I don't...
Yeah, we will see. So Ursa now with the full Abyssal Blade. He's in melee range, which he usually is. He'll be able to get that nice stun. As we can see, the item timing almost 5 minutes faster. Wow, that's a quick Abyssal Blade.
It's very fast, and that just makes it impossible to react. Like, Nigma were to win that fight because of Miracle's fast reaction to a Storm Death. Abyssaling you from smoke, there's no hope.
Yeah, so we got the blink Abyssal for Shad.
And they're gonna show
Very
Razor
scary.
mid, just smoke past him and try to get a good fight. They have an amazing ward too.
Giant jump in onto GH from a long range, and that is an instant hit. This ILTW, okay, he's gonna call down just to prevent any further members of Viking coming over, but that's a pretty big kill. I mean, that's the hero you want to kill first pretty much in every engagement, but this is another good one. No Miracle getting bursted down again by Shad. The Abyssal Blade coming through. He does have buyback available though, as you see the kisses coming in, and there, boom. That was the gobble up actually, and now they're gonna put all the pressure to mind control. He's gonna drop. No buyback for him, but Miracle does use his. Now 5v3, jump in again. ILTW getting bashed down by Shad, and this looks like the beginning and end of this best of 3 as Viking. ILTW, tier 1 and 2 are still up on the top lane, so the Ancient is kind of the only play here for Viking. They do have pretty good push like we talked about, so at the very least get this tier 4. And by that I mean they'll leave it. Gonna have to wait for creeps here, so he's in a bit of trouble in terms of HP.
At the very least, we'll get this tier 4.
Yeah, there we go, it said it. I was right.
Good cast.
Thank you, thank you. Roshan not going to be up for a little bit, so can't go for any other objectives. I mean, the top lane, it'd be nice to get the tier 1 and 2 because next fight you can just get Megas and pretty much ensure.
I think the objective here is just Roshan. They're going to set these wards, they're going to cap that Radiant Triangle, and it's going to be very hard for Nigma to pierce that area.
A 19k net worth lead for Viking.
Salary should drop his gem in that pit.
Radiant's top tower is under
Okay, sure.
attack.
Drop the gem for vision. And
How much
just
vision
add the
does it
high
give exactly?
It's like a couple hundred on the
Okay.
ground.
Yeah.
You just leave it there. And, like, if someone comes near, you could have your courier near it. I mean,
scanning.
the enemy courier can't steal it unless they buy a gem, of course, and drop it to steal your gem. Very
Right.
complicated. So if they camp that hill, like, there's no chance of Nigma getting there, and the gem will give you vision. Smoke up for Nigma though. They know they're desperate. If I can get this Roshan, I think the game's over.
Yeah. That'll be the 3rd Roche, so either an Ags
Shad with a very Chad positioning though.
or Refresher Shard.
Blocking the smoke entry.
I mean, he is so hard to kill. As long as he can get either just even Earthshock off for that enrage.
Yeah, and he has buyback too, right? So even if they do hypothetically kill him, he's just gonna buy back. They'll get Roshan and try to end the game with that.
So looks like that smoke will not come to anything for Team Nigma, but they do get control of their triangle, at least for the time
Radiant's
being.
bottom barracks
As
are
you can see,
under
Roshan is
attack.
up. It is a refresher shard, which...
Good on Razor.
Yeah,
actually.
Razor's a good one.
I
That's
see
true.
nothing to say, especially, but also Eternal Envy ruining any pubs. Just kidding. It's actually quite a good build. He goes to
Radiant's
Fresh Orb.
bottom
Get
barracks
two
are under
BKBs,
attack.
two links, and a double eye.
And what about Ags?
Yeah, sometimes you get eggs too. I mean, I saw Arteezy spamming the refresher build too. It can't be that bad.
Oh, he does like to experiment from time to time as well. But yeah, we saw it a couple times in the major. It looked pretty good. But I think it's...
Why are they waiting to just Roshan? They're trying to bait them in. This is a
Yeah,
cool play.
perhaps. Well, ILTW. They don't have any vision, as we can see there. Viking does. Now here comes the bear. And Kuroki is deleted. We'll buy back into the game, though. And a nice attempt from GH to save the left track, but mind control just gets decimated. And ILTW looks to be next, though. The egg forcing everybody back from Viking, so not able to finish him off. The GH, he's going to go right into a static remnant. And now he will drop. So 5 versus 3. Viking basically secure themselves this third rush.
That's honestly some beautiful leadership. Whoever made that call. Because if you think about from Vikings' perspective, this game is sort of over, right? The only way they can lose is if they're all hitting Roshan and Nigma get to like take a big flank because you're like hitting this 9,000 HP neutral creep.
Right.
So you can see here, instead of getting gone on and sitting in Roshan and getting bashed by it, they go on Nigma instead.
Yep, and a good call to fall back here, of course, with that egg about to pop. And they secure themselves GH.
Stellar leadership being displayed by Viking here.
Double
Radiant's
damage
top
actually
tower
picked up,
is
so this is
under
going to add
Radiant's top
insult to
tower
injury
has
for Team
fallen.
Nigma, as they are at a 24k deficit right now. And Boom working towards what I consider to be the game-ending Ags on basically every Storm game that I see. The Electric Vortex AoE.
Looking good.
It's basically a black hole. It's insane.
He's very strong. He took the Vortex duration as well, as I think most people do. So it's a full
Radiant's top
3-second
tower
stun.
is under attack.
Yep, that is it's pretty good. Pretty good.
And look at Nigma. They're trying to just get anything they can over there. Push
Radiant's
our
top
bottom.
tower
But
has fallen.
it looks like Viking are just going to come from Megas here.
Yeah, we'll see what Nigma has up their sleeve. Miracle only level 21.
They have 2 Hurricane Pikes.
No, they went for a second one. All right, the opening. Storm to jump in. GH trying to save Miracle, but it's not going to be enough. Burst damage again, just way too much. Shad with the Abyssal and the Fury swipes, and now ILTW looks to be on his list now. And maybe just gets a super easy kill. Double kill inside enemy
Radiant's
lines.
top tower has fallen.
And this is almost certainly GG's to be called here. Mind control looks to be next for Shad, and Nigma, after such a great showing at the major,
Has been killed. Radiant's top
felt
tower
like that
has
last
fallen.
series they played in the major kind of broke them, and they kind of said that in their interviews for that tournament.
I think
They just get
they're using these
destroyed.
games a bit to test strategies, right? Like I don't think there's a Nigma you would see at the major draft-wise.
Hey, they got the egg killers. The panel was right.
Radiant's middle tower has
They
fallen.
kill the egg, and GG's are called, so Viking 0. I was not expecting this result, I'm not gonna lie.
Me neither, for sure. I expected Nigma to move on for sure, and predictions are already wrong.
Yeah, that our predictions have definitely been destroyed here by Kezu and company, but you got to give Viking credit.